Hey everyone, it's Zach again. Here I am. I just want to show you guys an example of what it's like to walk on Tay. Now, I just recorded a video and realized that my microphone was off. I don't know how that happened, but it's kind of funny. But anyways, I'll restart this. So anyways, let's try this out. So yeah, I want to give you guys an idea of the scale of this map, because it's one thing to kind of look at it from high up and see sort of generic kind of outline of a height map. But here we go. So here we are in the Hiva wetlands. I'm walking kind of what would be grassland, these reeds. You'll probably imagine some animals here or something, and you really get a sense of scale. Now, I'm really proud of that work I did on the plateau and the mountains. Um, I said a lot of stuff that was really interesting when I did this video the first time. But yeah, so basically these mountains here, what I'm imagining is they'd be snow-capped. They'd be kind of rugged looking. There'd be some ash and ash clouds and smoke and rain clouds over this area, which would be right over where the hive is. Now, I want to talk a bit about my design philosophy. Now, this is supposed to be an open world misgame. Now, it's interesting that Riven, really, when you think about it, is the sole open world misgame of the bunch. Now, that's not to say there's no open world gameplay in Mr. Exile, Revelation, or Uru. I mean, these are kind of puzzle sandbox games, but the point is, Riven is the sole game that takes place on one age. It's just one big age. It's really fleshed out, well fleshed out, and I love that about it. It's what makes it really good, is that really get to experience the world, personally, up and personal. There's no hub concept in that game. Now, what else I think is interesting about Riven is that, like any misgame, it reveals. You get rewarded by exploration, so the puzzles reveal new areas of the world. Now, I'm hugely influenced by games like Morrowind and Oblivion and Skyrim. Now, I think where I differ from that kind of design philosophy, where you can go to any place, any direction, any time, of anywhere you want and do side quests. I think there won't be any side quests. There won't be, it won't be like an RPG. This game, it's more that I think there'll be areas that will be sectioned off, not completely, but I want to make people, I want to have something that we call a sausage, or what do you call it? There's a word for it. It's like a weenie. That's the word. It's a weenie. Something that makes you want to explore the world. You get something revealed. You get new areas. You get new art. Now, there'll be puzzles, of course. Now, I think a good example of this is in the story I've written. There is the Temple of Tay. Now, the Temple of Tay is kind of a mixture of Rivenese tribal paganism, animal worship, paganism, ancestor worship, and also Dunny monotheism. A big kind of conglomeration of that. Now, in the lore I've written, the area where the hive is, which is sort of the most famous place, and one of the most famous places in the saga, one of the most desired environments to explore. We never actually got to see the hive, through and throughout. We just saw one little prison. That's going to be that literally is in this place called the Sacred Valley. Now, the Sacred Valley in the lore has been walled off by the temple, by Queen, what's her name again? I actually forget my own lore, but I forget. I'll have to check the name. But yeah, it was walled off by the Queen before Nadia, who's the primary antagonist in the story. Now, it was walled off and given to the temple, and it includes the Age of Taurus. Now, we might include Taurus in the game. I'm not sure. I really want to focus on Tay. Just one big age. That's it. You explore. There's pockets of areas that you will discover, and that's really what's going to motivate people, I think. So in the story, the Sacred Valley's been walled off and given to the temple, and I think there will be one idea is to have puzzles, have some kind of mechanic, whether it's dealing with an NPC or dealing with some kind of puzzle mechanic of some sort to access the Sacred Valley. So at some point in the game, you will enter the Sacred Valley and see the hive, and I think that's one of the will be kind of a revealing moment, and I think that's something that I want to strive for, is motivating people through exploration. Now, I think in Skyrim there's dungeons, there's side quests, there's all sorts of non-linear lore. There won't be any of that for the most part. Mostly it's going to be just one big world, and I want to make sure every town, every city, every area is unique. Now, it's not to say we won't reuse assets. I'm totally for that. It's more that I think when I play a game like Skyrim, I see a lot of the same models just repeated ad nauseum, and it's not that it gets a bit mind numbing. I think in a game like Riven, you did see Sign reuse assets as the story expands. People showed with like the village huts, and I would like to. I think it's smart to reuse assets or in a essentially in an efficient way, so it's not noticeable. But there will be certain areas, certain models, certain items, certain buildings which will be completely unique to that environment. Now, right now we're approaching these mounds, what you call these kind of hoodoos, which is an African word for these kind of bumps in the desert. I think it'd be nice to have some kind of area like this that separates the Hiva wetlands from the jungles in the west, so it's not just you can't just walk from one end to the other. That'd be kind of boring. I think there should be some kind of okay, well, this is a little different. There's a little kind of different little environment here. So there's kind of a gradation of zones, and it won't be zones like you'd see in like an MMO. It'll be like it'll feel natural, hopefully. Um, so yeah, I'm really proud of this area. I think this is really really nice. What I've accomplished here. Of course, the team. We have a new art person. Um, Arona93. She's on DeviantArt. She does creature, animal, character concepts. She's going to help out with a lot of designs. So yeah, check her out. We have what else do we have on the team? We have Kath the Dragon, who's doing the language. We have Chris Spencer from the Abduction fan group is planning to do some 3D modeling. Oh, I just see it froze again here. Whoops. Yeah, let's see. Okay, yeah. So we're getting things going. This is sort of, and there's two villages here actually. They're kind of going to be heavily influenced by the uh, Rivenese jungle island huts, Tikome and Vela. I'm not sure which one is where. I kind of forget my own map, but yeah. So there'll be the idea I have is kind of a mix of adobe and thatch, kind of straw thatch, and also some metalwork, some bronze, a lot of wood, a lot of kind of dirty old wood, stuff that's very worn and looks old, kind of African influenced, something you'd see in like Zimbabwe or Zaire, that kind of thing. So, see here, it's not extruded, it's not complete yet, so I'll just move away from there. Yeah, so I'll just play from here, see what it's. I just want to really give you a sense of what it's like to walk on the Age. So this is the kind of site you're going to see. Just imagine this all textured and modeled, and with kind of big heavy clouds and snow caps here. So snow on the mountains and grassland here. So this is really how the Age is going to look. So yeah, I'll update you guys soon. Okay, thanks.